The first time Eleanor Gray killed the cat, it was an accident, at least, that's what she told herself. It was 1893, and she'd just inherited her late aunt's estate, a crumbling Victorian mansion outside London. The cat had come with it. A sleek black creature with golden eyes that seemed almost a human. It watched her constantly, perched on the banister, or staring from the top of the staircase like a silent judge. One morning, frustrated by its eerie presence, she kicked it down the stairs. The thud echoed through the hall. The cat's body twisted at an impossible angle. It didn't move again. Eleanor buried it in the garden, beneath the oldest oak tree, and locked the door behind her. But the next night, she woke to the sound of soft paw steps outside her door. When she opened it, there it was, alive, golden eyes, perfectly whole. Watching her, waiting, second life. 1918, 30 years later, the cat appeared again. Not in Eleanor's house, she died of madness long ago, but in the home of her nephew, Arthur Gray, the same golden eyes, the same silent stare. Arthur was a soldier returned from the war, haunted by what he'd done in the trenches. He began hearing scratching under his floorboards. When he lifted the boards one night, he found a small skeleton, feline. Buried long ago. The next morning, the black cat sat on his window sill. Its fur was damp, mud clung to its paws. Arthur shot it with his revolver. The bullet passed through. The cat blinked once, then purred. Arthur was found the next day, his throat shredded. No footprints in the blood, just paw prints. Third life minus 1944. The Blitz raged over London. In the rubble of a bombed library, a rescuer found a small black cat unharmed, sitting atop the ashes. He took it home. His wife, Margaret, said its eyes made her uneasy, like it's waiting for something. 2 weeks later, their baby disappeared from its crib. All they found were tiny claw marks on the windowsill and a black hair caught in the sheets. Margaret burned the house down. Neighbors swore they saw a cat sitting calmly in the flames, watching her scream. Fourth life. A 1966, in a London alley, a painter named Rupert Wells found a stray cat with golden eyes and took it as a muse. He painted it 9 times, one canvas for each life. Each night, one painting changed. First, the background darkened. Then, the cat's grin widened. By the 9th night, the final painting showed Rupert's body hanging from the ceiling, though he was still alive when he saw it. The next morning, the painting came true. Fifth life. 1982. A teenager named Lydia bought an old collar at a flea market, tarnished brass with the engraving "To my beloved Milo," minus 1893. That night, she dreamed of a woman screaming in an old Victorian hall. When she woke, the collar was gone. In its place, a black cat sat at her feet, purring. It followed her to school, to work, to bed. When she tried to abandon it, it appeared on her doorstep before she even got home. Her boyfriend found her body 2 weeks later, her face frozen in terror. Next to her lay a single black hair and an old brass collar. Sixth life. A 1999, a man in Manchester uploaded a strange video online, a VHS of a cat that refused to die. In it, he drowned it, burned it, froze it. Each time, it returned, angrier, louder, more human. When police found him, he'd clawed his own eyes out. The only words scrawled on the wall: 9 lives. I've seen 6. Seventh life. 2014, a research lab studying animal cloning succeeded in duplicating feline DNA from a mysterious black hair found in an antique collar. The scientists named its subject 9. After the first night, one researcher resigned, muttering, "It looks at me like it knows what I did in another life." Within a month, the lab burned down. Surveillance showed the sprinklers going off at exactly 3:33 a.m., the same moment a pair of golden eyes appeared on every camera feed, just before static consumed the screens. Eighth life. 2003. A horror writer named Eloise discovered an old file on the dark web, a collection of stories all titled "The Cat That Wouldn't Die." Each version told the same tale, names changed, dates changed, but always the same cat. Black fur, golden eyes, 9 lives. She laughed it off and wrote her own story, mixing all the versions together. The next morning, she found muddy paw prints on her keyboard and a tail slipping around the corner of her hallway. 9th life. Present day, no one knows where the cat is now. Some say it still wanders, looking for the descendants of the Greys, taking revenge for the cruelty that began in 1893. Others whisper that anyone who reads its story brings it closer. That each retelling gives it another life, that by saying its name, Milo felt loud. You've just invited it in? Listen closely. Is that purring you hear? Or scratching under your floor?